the back to school season is here. I live in Florida and we actually got started with school this week, which means I have a cold because of all the back to school germs. So I know that this back to school season can bring a lot of big feelings. My 17-year-old is actually starting his senior year of high school, and my 5-year-old is starting kindergarten. She's actually homeschooled, so the back to school tips that we're going to talk about today don't actually apply in my own house, but I'm guessing that they apply to you because that's why you're watching. I know that back to school season can bring a lot of feelings, especially if your little one is entering kindergarten. That is just such a huge milestone. So we're going to go through lots of tips for you on how you can handle this back to school season and set your child up for success when it comes to pottying. Now, before we get into the tips to help set your child up for success as they enter school, it is important to know what your child's school does allow and require when it comes to potty training. For example, in Utah, they have strict requirements that children need to be potty trained before they enter kindergarten. There are certain preschools that have requirements that a child needs to be potty trained to enter a certain preschool classroom. And on the other hand, there are some schools that are more flexible, that can make accommodations if a child does still need some help and support when it comes to certain areas of using the potty. So it's really helpful to find out what does your child's school require, where can they provide assistance, and what special accommodations do you potentially need to request that is included in your child's education plan to help them have that level of support that they may need when it comes to using the potty in school. So make sure that you find that out before school gets started. Now, let's dive into the essential tips, and these kind of piggyback on what we were just talking about. You want to prep ahead of time to make sure that you are setting your child up for success before that first day of school. So I know that you may be watching this, school maybe already got started for you, or you are very close to the beginning of school. Don't worry, this prep is very short. It's quick. You don't need a lengthy amount of time to do it. One of the things that you want to make sure that you find out before school gets started is what is the lay of the land, meaning where is the bathroom in your child's school? Some schools have bathrooms in the classroom. Sometimes kids will have to walk outside of the classroom to get to the bathroom. It is really helpful to find out this information because you're going to want to know what level of requesting or notifying the teacher does your child need to do to let the teacher know when they need to use the bathroom. For example, if the classroom has a bathroom in it, is the child allowed to just walk to the bathroom when they need to go? Or if the bathroom is outside of the classroom, then the child will most likely need to let the teacher know that they need to use the bathroom and go out of the classroom. Another thing that you'll want to find out is when does the classroom do bathroom breaks? Some classrooms may not have bathroom breaks at all, and they may just expect that the child is going to notify the teacher when they have to go to the potty. And other classrooms will have set times during the day where they do have break time for children to go use the bathroom. So that's another helpful thing to know so that you know if your child has to rely on being able to initiate when they need to go potty versus having some times within their daily routine where the whole class has opportunity to use the bathroom. So this next prep tip is where it's going to get a little bit more fun and your child is going to be involved. Now, it's really important that you do that first part and you find out where the bathroom is, how they can access it, when our bathroom breaks, because during this practice runs, part 1, you are going to be walking your child through the process and role playing. So you're going to explain to them what they do when they need to use the bathroom and give them different scenarios. What do they do when they're in their class? What do they do when they're on the playground? What can they do if they're in the lunchroom or cafeteria? And then explain to them and walk them through the whole process. And then what you're going to do is kind of shift over to role playing. You're going to role play. So you're going to pretend like you're the teacher, you're teaching, and you're going to tell your child, now pretend like you need to go potty. Have them act it out and really just get in this fun environment so that they feel like they will know exactly what to do when they're in class and they need to go potty. All right, babe, if you were at school and you needed to go potty, what would you do to let your teacher know that you needed to go potty? What is that?
Raise your hand.
Yeah, you would raise your hand. Now, what would you do if you were at school but you were on the playground and you needed to go potty?
Give me a hint.
Okay, you need a hint. Okay, so would you go pee in a bush?
If I'm a boy, no, I'm not.
No, could you pee in a bush at school if you were a boy even?
Yeah, if nobody was seeing me, okay?
No.
So that's the answer of no.
You don't pee in a bush at school, even a boy.
Because I don't want anybody to see me and they're still all playing.
Okay, so you don't pee at a playground. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you have to do? Would you have to find your teacher first?
Yes.
Okay, so you gotta find your teacher and you gotta tell them what?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, teacher, but use their name because that's polite. And you say, can I please go to the bathroom?
I please go to the bathroom.
That's right, good job. Now, another thing that can be incredibly helpful to work on before your child goes to school, and of course this does depend on their age and their skill level and what is required by the school, but you do want to work on independent bathroom skills. You want to make sure your child knows how to wipe and flush, wash their hands, pull their bottoms, not just up and down, but also on and off. I don't know about you, but oftentimes when my little ones are using the potty, their bottoms come all the way off and they do need some assistance to get their feet in the correct holes and pull the bottoms up. So that is something to work on with your child before they go to school if they are going to be expected to do this independently at school. Now, if teachers are available to help, awesome. We know that kids are not going to be the most 100% able to do these skills all the time on their own. So it is helpful, of course, if the school is able to support your child with this. But if they are expected to be completely independent, it is incredibly helpful to work on this before school gets started. It's also going to boost your child's confidence that they know that they know I can pull my bottoms up if I need to. I know how to wash my hands. I know how to wipe. Wiping is a little bit of a different scenario. It does take some practice, but again, work on these skills ahead of time so your child knows exactly what to do when they are at school. To recap on those prep tips, you are going to find out where the bathroom is at your child's school. Does the class do bathroom breaks? What can you do to role play ahead of time? And what can you do to make sure you're teaching your child those bathroom related skills? But now let's head into some prep tips when it comes to actually meeting the teacher. Now, a lot of schools will have an open house or a meet the teacher before school gets started. This is a great opportunity to find out more about your child's day-to-day routine so that you can do some final role plays right before school starts. But it's also a great opportunity to do practice runs part 2. Okay, so practice run part 2 is where you actually practice using the potty in the bathroom at school. You're at the school, you're there for the meet and greet, open house, meet the teacher, whatever your school calls it, and you can actually have your child go use the bathroom that they will be using during the school day. This is really helpful because it can help them see exactly what they're working with. They know where the sink is, where the bathroom is, they know what level of privacy they have in the bathroom, whether it's stalls or a single bathroom with, a door. They can really see it, practice using it, and get comfortable. Another thing that could be great is if your child's teacher is able to assist them with certain areas of the bathroom routine, even if that's walking them to the bathroom or something like that, you can see if the teacher is available to do that during this practice opportunity. The open house meet the teacher event is also a really great time to touch base with your child's teacher and communicate with them. Communication is key. Of course, you probably already know that, but you're going to be communicating with your child's teacher all year long about all kinds of things. So if you can just give them a little bit of a heads up about what your child responds best to when it comes to any potty needs, such as some reminders that they may need throughout the day or praise if they do have a success in the potty, these are all really helpful things to tell your child's teacher ahead of time so that they can best support your child while your child is with them. All right, so you prepped, you chatted with your child's teacher, you did your practice runs, and now it's showtime. Your child is going to their first day of school. It doesn't hurt to maybe do an extra little role play the morning of the first day of school, but I don't want you to overdo it. This is a big day. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts going on. Your child is probably excited, maybe a little bit nervous. There's all kinds of things going on. You want to make sure that they have their outfit and that you don't forget their backpack and that they have the right shoes on and that you're on time. There's a lot of things going on. So if you don't have time to do your little role play that morning, no worries. Do it the day before, or just even if you have a chance on the ride to school, you can chat about it, the walk to the bus stop. Just mention, hey, remember, we talked about what you do if you need to go potty. Now, when it comes to clothes, you want to make sure that you are dressing your child in clothes that are going to be easy for them to use when they need to go potty. Pants with a button, a little clip, a button, whatever that might be, not the best idea. That might be really hard for your little one to do on their own. You don't want them walking around all day with saggy pants because they don't know how to button them. But pants that are a little bit elastic, those are a great option. Some stretchy yoga type pants for your kiddo, also very easy to pull on and off. Now you also want to make sure that you take some extra clothes and that you put them in your child's backpack, okay? Not my 2004 JanSport, but your child's backpack. You take them and you put them in their backpack and you send them to school with them so that they have extra clothes if they do have an accident. Accidents happen, it's not the end of the world. You want to make sure they have some extra clothes if they do need to change. Now, like we mentioned, on the way to school, the morning of, maybe even the day before, you're going to give your child some reminders about what to do when they need to go potty. But don't put all the focus on potty, okay? You want your child to have a fun, exciting day, meet new friends, get to know their teacher, learn a new routine. It's a learning experience and it should be enjoyable, right? You want them to have a great first day. So don't worry about stressing too much about potty. Just do what you can to help them be successful. Another thing that you can do for the first day of school and maybe even the first couple weeks of school is really reinforce those potty successes. You can do that by temporarily bringing back potty rewards, or if you're still using potty rewards, maybe even spruce the reward up a little bit and really build some excitement and momentum for your child's potty success. So if your child does go to school and they pee in the potty at school, they don't have any accidents that day, when they get home, you can deliver that potty reward. Give them a praise, excitement, really keep it fun and encouraging for them. Now, if you're temporarily bringing a potty reward back for those first couple weeks of school, do it until your child has a good rhythm down and you feel confident that they know that they can use the potty at school, and then you can fade that reward out. You can also use potty charts. You can keep it simple with just some stickers. You can do whatever you feel like is going to help motivate your child to use the potty at school. Now, if your child is still early on learning to use the potty and your child's school is open to giving a reward at school if they have a potty success, that's awesome. Just make sure, again, communication is key. Make sure that you're communicating with your child's teacher about what they can do to support them at school. If your child's school can't give a potty reward in the middle of the day, you can always ask your child's teacher if they can remind them that when they do get home, they'll get that potty reward. So it can be a reminder like, hey buddy, you remember if you need to go potty, you can pee in the potty at school. And when you get home, mom has your sticker book for you. That's just an example, but something that your child's teacher could say to them. Now, at pickup on that first day of school, those first few weeks of school, when your child gets in the car or you pick them up in the line or however you kind of get them, I don't want you to immediately focus on potty. Ask your child about their day. Be excited to see them. The potty stuff can come later. If they're in different clothes than what you sent them in and you take that as a cue that they maybe had a potty accident, don't jump right in. Don't put the focus on potty accidents. If they come to you and they're like, Mommy, I went pee-pee in the potty today. Awesome, praise it, talk about it, be excited with them. I just don't want you to over-focus on potty because I don't want this to become a stressful situation for you or your child. So if they did have an accident that day, at some point in your afternoon interaction, you can remind them what to do next time. You can do some extra role plays, encourage them that they can try again the next day. If they did have potty successes, you can praise that, have fun with it, be excited for them. Keep in mind that this is a big transition for your child. Even if they're at the same school that they were in the past, or it's the same teacher but a different classroom, or whatever it might be, it's still a transition. So try your best to be patient and encouraging and support your child as they learn how to use the potty in this setting. If your child heads back to school and you start noticing that they are having frequent accidents, you're not sure what's going on, you've tried to troubleshoot, you've tried to problem solve, you've talked to the teacher, and you're still feeling like you're at a point where you're not going to get past these accidents without some support, I got you, okay? Let's jump on a potty problem solving call where we can talk through the scenario and design a plan that is specific for your child, because there is a way to get past this. It may feel like there's not, you may feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You may feel like your child's gonna be sent home every single day with a bag full of dirty and wet clothes, but it doesn't have to be like that forever. I will help you figure that out. So head to the link in the description to book a potty problem solving call. And don't forget, if you found this information helpful, like and subscribe so that you can get tons more potty tips along the way.